Have you ever stopped to think that maybe everything is working exactly as it was planned to? That school, work, stress, and even the way you take care of your health are all part of one single system, a perfect cycle, designed to keep you productive, tired, and dependent. More than 100 years ago, one man helped design that system. His name was John D. Rockefeller, the first billionaire in history. And what if I told you that the way you live, learn, work, and even get sick still carries the marks of his decisions? Today, you're going to understand the invisible cycle that shapes the modern world. And in the end, you'll have to choose. Stay inside it or break it and build something new. John D. Rockefeller was born in 1839 in a rural America that was changing fast. From a young age, he believed that order and control were the keys to power. When he founded Standard Oil, he didn't just want to sell oil, he wanted to organize the chaos of the economy. He built an empire with almost military precision, controlling refining, transportation, distribution, and even prices. His motto was simple: competition is a sin. But when the government forced him to break up his monopoly in 1911, Rockefeller realized something deeper. Real power doesn't come from owning the oil. It comes from shaping the minds that run the world. So he turned his attention and his fortune toward education, medicine, and science, all under the same philosophy: centralization, standardization, and control. Oil would fuel the machines. Schools would train the operators. And medicine would keep them running. This was the birth of what we can call the Rockefeller system, a model of society built on productivity, obedience, and dependence. The Industrial Revolution needed disciplined bodies. Rockefeller provided the blueprint. In 1903, Rockefeller founded the General Education Board, promising to improve education in the United States. But internal reports revealed a much more strategic vision. Frederick T. Gates, Rockefeller's closest advisor, once wrote, "In our dreams, people yield themselves with perfect docility to our molding hands. We shall not try to make philosophers or men of learning. We shall train people to do perfectly the things their fathers and mothers are doing, in a more efficient way." That was the new model of education, not to liberate, but to program. Schools became factories of the mind, every student molded to fit into the machinery of the economy. The result? A society trained to obey, not to question, to follow orders, not to create paths. Education for efficiency, not for freedom. John Taylor Gatto, the ideal worker, was born. Punctual, obedient, competitive, and above all, productive. But the system needed more. It needed to keep these workers functioning, even when exhausted. And that's when the second part of the equation appeared: modern medicine. In 1910, funded by Rockefeller, came the Flexner Report, a document that completely reshaped medicine in America. It standardized medical education, shut down hundreds of natural and homeopathic schools, and solidified the foundation of pharmaceutical medicine. The result was a more scientific system, but also one more dependent on synthetic drugs and chemical corporations. I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers. A quote often attributed to Rockefeller, though never officially verified. From that point on, health was no longer about prevention. It was about managing symptoms. Natural healing was replaced by lifelong prescriptions. Balance became chemical dependence, and the human body became a market. Now look around. A century later, the plan still works. Same logic, new packaging. Schools teach you to memorize, not to think. Jobs demand more, but give back less. Stress becomes normal. The body starts to fail, and the system offers the solution. In a pill: work harder, buy more, heal quickly, get back to work. The cycle feeds itself. You're born into it, raised inside it, and rarely question it. It gives you labels: student, employee, consumer, patient. But in every one of them, you are the product. And the most brilliant part? No one has to force you. Routine numbs you, comfort seduces you, and hurry blinds you. By the time you wake up, you're tired, in debt, medicated, but still functioning. People will yield themselves with perfect docility to our molding hands. That sentence still echoes today, in every classroom, every doctor's office, every commercial promising wellness that can be paid in installments. But there's one thing the system can't standardize: awareness. Once you see the cycle, something changes. What used to feel like destiny starts to look like a choice. And that's the moment the system begins to shake. Breaking the cycle doesn't mean running away from society. It means redefining the game. It's realizing that true wealth isn't just money. It's autonomy, health, and purpose. It's choosing to educate yourself, to take care of your body consciously, to work with meaning, not just obligation, and to build human networks, not mechanical systems. To break the cycle is to remember that you weren't born to function. You were born to live. Now that you know the cycle, only one question remains. Which path will you choose? Keep following the herd, or finally break the cycle and build something new?